Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Larry and Amy's Kitchen. We were given 2 big heads of cabbage yesterday, and I think we're going to cook at least one of them in our crock pot today, and just was going to show you how we go about doing it. Everybody's got their own way. Sometimes they like to fix them on the on the stove in a big pot. I like to fix mine in a crock pot. Just cut it up, put it in there, throw a little meat with it, and let it go all day long. So, as you can see, this is a big head of cabbage here, so we're going to try and cut this thing up and see what we can do with it. I don't know where they grow them this big, but they did a good job. I'm just going to start throwing some of this in the crock pot as I cut it. And eventually it'll cook on down as the moisture is drawn out of it. Now the one thing I'm going to try and not do is this heart of the cabbage. I'm not going to put that in there, so I'm going to try and cut around that. It's a little bit sour, so we'll just cut around that. Being careful not to leave any fingers in the crock pot too at the same time. This should pull right out. Yeah. We'll get rid of that. Now when I was a kid, my mom would be making this, and she'd be cutting that heart out, whatever you want to call it, and I'd grab it and start gnawing on it. It wasn't too bad. It was a little bit bitter tasting, but I could eat cabbage just like this. A little bit of salt on it and eat it like a tomato or whatever. But anyway, we're cutting this up and we're going to put it in the crock pot here. You can pan over to the crock pot, show them. I don't know how much. I think I can only get one head in today, and if need be, maybe we'll fry some cabbage. I don't know if y'all are familiar with how you do that or not, but I know Amy does, so we'll maybe consider that. Show you how that works. Let me get the rest of this piece of heart out. There we go. And we'll cut this piece up. It helps to have as sharp a knife as you can when you're doing this, so you can get a clean bite all the way through the cabbage. And if you make a little bit of mess, well, hey, what the heck? It ain't good unless you are making a mess. Alright, now I've got about half of that crock pot, or half of the cabbage in the crock pot. What I'm going to do is, we normally have corned beef in a can or something, and we'll throw it in there with it. But we bought some turkey bacon this time, so we're going to throw some turkey bacon in there, and to flavor it. You can use, I guess, whatever you want. If you want to experiment with other things, I mean, you might try a hamburger. I mean, whatever you got. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Corned beef naturally is what I'm used to, and I love it. But we're going to try some turkey bacon this time. You could try some ham bits, like I made a breakfast casserole last night, and we used some chopped up ham pieces. Alright, then I'm gonna go back to putting some more lettuce in the crock pot here. Cabbage, I mean. I always call one the other. And
wow, that's a lot.
well, it looks like a lot right now, but it will cook down, as everybody knows that's ever cooked it. It's kind of like spinach or anything else. Once it starts cooking, it shrinks down. Plus, you're probably taking some of the moisture out of it while you're cooking it. You hear our birds in the background. They're just so happy this morning. One of them's kind of singing a little bit to us. We enjoy listening to them. They kind of my wind chimes inside the house. I love wind chimes outside the house, but during the winter time especially, I love listening to the birds. And they are evidently pretty happy this morning. They just got fed and watered, so. Alright, I'm going to take the rest of this bacon that we had left over, and I'm just going to throw it right on top. One good thing about the bird singing is we don't have to worry about copyright laws, because he's making it up as he goes. That's a cockatiel, by the way, if you can hear him in the background. Plus we got parakeets. We got about everything. Alright, that is full. Now I'm going to take about a cup of water, is all, and just kind of pour it in there over this. Probably don't even need that much, but I'm going to do it anyway. It ain't hurting nothing. And we're going to turn this on low, and I'm going to let it cook at least 8 hours. We'll check it probably midway or later on this afternoon, but and see how it's doing. So we'll come back later on this afternoon once this is done to show you how it looks, how it's cooked down. But as you can see right now, we definitely have a pot full. Let's see what it looks like when we come back. So stay tuned for part 2 of this video, and we'll continue on. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Amy and Larry's kitchen, where today we were making a crock pot full of cabbage with a little bit of bacon. It's been approximately, I don't know, 7 hours or so since we put it on low, and if you'll remember from the first video, it was packed to the top. When I put the lid on it, you could actually feel it pressing up against the cabbage. So let's take a look. I'm going to take the lid off here, and yes sir, I've got the bacon on top, some bacon, and I put a little pepper in it, and it is good to go. Let me grab a spoon here for just a second, and I'll just show you. Get you a big old spoonful of cabbage with some bacon. It smells good, and we are ready to eat. Our daughter Sarah has made a skillet full of homemade cornbread, so we're going to have some cornbread, butter, and cabbage with bacon in it. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you'll try it if you haven't already. Such a simple recipe and so easy to make. Let us know what you think. Feel free to share it with your friends. Give us a like. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let us know what you think about it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.